Welcome to Mind Body Fusion, the strengthening version. Today, we'll be standing on our sacred space, on our mat, and the only thing that we are going to be concerned about is our body. What is on that mat? Be aware of how you're feeling as we're flowing from position to position, asana to asana. Use your breath, and to slow breath down, bring your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Do pay attention to any areas that you need to be careful of. I may be offering modifications. Feel free to take the modifications. If you need more, feel free to modify on your own. This is meant to inspire you being in community, but also meant for you to listen to your body and honor it. If you're feeling faint or dizzy, please stop immediately. Be safe. Check with yourself to see if you need to seek medical attention. We always want to be safe when we do some movement and strengthening. So on that note, let's come onto our mat, shall we? And as you walk over to your mat, be mindful of every step you take. Place your feet flat on the ground, and if you wish, you can sway from side to side. Just check out your feet. Breathe. If you wish, you can bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Slowing your breath down. And let's pause. And remember, the only thing that is important is what is on this mat, which is us, our bodies. Our to-do list is nowhere on the mat. So we'll leave that. Anything that happened prior to this, we're going to leave that behind. Once we step off our mat, if you wish to pick up whatever it is that you wish to pick up, feel free to do that. But for now, let's center ourselves. Now pay attention to your feet. Feel your feet. Feel them being grounded by Mother Earth. Check into your knees and make them soft. A tiny, tiny bend. So we're not going to lock our knees out. We have a tiny bend. And then pay attention to your hips and bring your hips over your ankles. And then shoulders. Now here in North America, and I am constantly having to remind myself, I bring my shoulders forward. So let's roll them back. And let's bring our ears over our shoulders. And don't worry, if you find this feels a little awkward, it's just because our posture is a little bit different. We hold our bodies differently, especially when we're, sitting at our desk and things like that. So it's okay. Let's introduce some movement. Inhale. Palms come together. And on the exhale, just open up. Breathe. You don't have to go too far back. Inhale. Exhale. Arms down by the side. Inhale, reach up, palms come together, lean back, opening up the front body. Inhale into the center, exhale, down to the side. Inhale, one more time. Palms together, exhale, opening up the front body. Inhale into the center, exhale, down to the side. Inhale. Now this time, interlace the fingers. I'm going to turn to the front. Stay exactly as you are on your mat. So we have index finger pointing up, and we're just going to tilt out to the side. Now I'm going to come to the side so you can see. So stay in this position and make sure you're not pressing your hips back and you're not leaning backwards. So we want to just come over our hips. We're opening up. Breathe. Our knees are slightly bent. Inhale into the center. Exhale. Same thing on the other side. Inhale. Interlace the fingers, index finger pointing up. Exhale. Tip to the side and hold. Breathe. Your head is in between the arms. Opening up the side body. Inhale into the center. Exhale. Palms facing forward, mountain pose. Breathing in deeply and exhaling fully. Again. And exhale. Inhale, It's going to forward fold, exhale. Now, if you wish, you may choose to stay here with the flat back, or you may proceed to come a little lower. Breathe, and then inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. We're going to do this 4 more times. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. This will be the last time. Exhale. Now we're going to bring our hands down to the ground. If you find you need to stay in this position, then I invite you to bring a chair over, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. So hands are going to come down, take 1 step back and another step back up, come into downward dog. So I'm going to demonstrate the chair. So for downward dog with the chair, especially if you need to keep your head above your heart, this is your move. So here, pick up your hips, breathe, and hold there. Now the sensation in your hands is as though you're pressing your mat forward, lifting your hips up. Now let's lift up one of the heels and lower the other, and then switch. We're walking our dog and lowering and lifting. Breathe. Nice. And bring both your heels down. Now you may be touching the ground or perhaps not. Breathe. Now you have a choice to either take a giant step forward or a few steps forward. And inhale, rise. Breathe. Wonderful. Exhale. Beautiful. Mountain pose. Focus in on your feet. Focus in on alignment. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take a giant step back. So we've got about a 45-degree angle, and on the exhale, bring your forward arm, slide it down. Now you may choose to rest here, or you may choose to go a little further down. Lift your other arm up, fingers pointing to the ceiling, knee is bent. Now to modify this, you can take your foot back, not bend your knee as deeply. Breathe. So we're in a twist. On the exhalation, lower the top arm. Breathe. Inhale, lift. Bring both arms to shoulder height. If you wish, go deep into that knee bend. Tip your palm up, inhale, lift, and hold. Opening up the front body, hand at the thigh. Again, modification is bringing your feet a little closer together, not going as deep. On the exhalation, bring both arms to shoulder height. Now let's pivot the back foot so it's pointing forward, and then lift up. Breathe. Straighten the front leg. Breathe. Bend the front leg. Hold. Now on the exhalation, we're going to launch with the ball of the foot, 1 step forward, and bring the arms to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands all the way down to the ground. Downward dog. Take a giant step back, or you can use the chair as well. Hips up into the sky. Breathe. Let's walk our dog. Lowering one heel, lifting the other. Both heels down, breathe. Remember that sensation in the hands as though you're pushing your mat forward, hips are lifted. Breathe. Now on the next exhalation, you can either take a few steps forward towards your hands or one giant leap, and we'll lift. Are you ready? Inhale. Exhale, mountain pose, so knees are bent. Check in on your feet. Breathe. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take a giant step back with the other foot. Front arm is going to slide down your leg. Now, you can either pause here or go further down. Top arm is going to lift up, fingers pointing to the ceiling. Breathe. Now, this is our twist. I'm going to flip around to the other side so you can actually see me. Breathe. On the exhalation, lower your top arm. Inhale, lift up. Arms at shoulder height. Now I'm going to flip around to the other side. Breathe. And if you wish, go deep. Flip your palm up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift. Back hand touches the thigh. Reach. Again, you can go deep or you can stay higher. On the inhalation, arms come back to shoulder height. Pivot your back foot so it's pointing forward. Arms swing up. If you wish, bend deeply, or if you wish, you can also straighten your front leg. On the next exhalation, take a giant step forward. Breathe, and let's lift up one of the heels, and then switch, and switch. Palms are forward. Breathe. And inhale. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Take a giant step back. And another step back, or you can use your chair. We're in downward dog. Breathe. Now from this position, come down onto your knees. If you find you need a little bit more padding for your knees, feel free to double up your mat or place a pillow underneath your mat. We'll be staying here for a couple minutes. So line up your wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and lower. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you have a neutral back. You don't want to round and you also don't want to arch. Breathe. Neutral neck, meaning that it's straight. You're not tipping your chin down or tipping it up. Two more sets. Very nice. Now, if you wish, we're going to go into child's pose. If you wish to make your knees more comfortable, you can widen your knee stance. Press your hips back. Now you may wish to stay on your elbows, or you may wish to go a little more deeply. So extend your arms out. You can hold here, or you can choose to bring your forehead all the way to the ground. Press your hips back. Now everyone has a different range of motion due to knees. So you may find that perhaps your behind is lifted in the air. That's okay. Perhaps you're actually touching your heels. That's okay. Wherever you are is perfect. And I'm going to stay silent. This is a wonderful reset position. So hold and breathe. Now feel free to slide your arms back so they're lining up with your body. Stay here a little bit longer. Breathe. Now on the next inhalation, slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your head off the ground if you're on the ground, or lift your upper body. Once you're lifted, then realign your knees with your hips. And then swivel your feet out. We're going to come onto our back. So scoot down just a little bit. And then decide whether you roll down this way or you roll down this way. Check in with your body to see what is right for you. Now let's just tip our knees from side to side. Breathe. And then pause. Now walk your heels closer to the behind. Press your arms into the ground, palms into the ground. Squeeze your behind, squeeze your glutes. Lift the hips off the ground. Hold, breathe. Now, if you're able to walk your heels even closer, feel free to do that. So we want to create a nice long line from the knees all the way down to the shoulders. If you find you get tired, feel free to bring your hips down and then come all the way back up. We're going to hold this for a few more seconds, 15 more seconds. Breathe, squeeze. Lower the hips down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Are you ready? Squeeze the glutes, lift up. Now this time, if you wish, lift your leg up and we're going to dip 10 times. 10, lift up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, foot comes down, lower the hips. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Again. Nice. Squeeze your glutes, press your arms into the ground, lift those hips, and lift the other leg. Are you ready to dip? Let's lower and lift. Lower and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, bend the knee, foot comes down, and lower the hips. Beautiful. On the inhalation, draw your knees into your chest. Oh, that feels lovely. Now, if you wish, you can rock from side to side. Just imagine massaging your back as you're doing this. Breathe. Very nice. Now stop the rocking and simply hold on to your shins. I'm going to show you what we're doing next. So we're lifting our head off the ground, navel to spine, which means that we're engaging our abs. So one version, the full version, is inhale and we extend out. Exhale, come right back in. So it's this way, this way. Now, if you need to make sure that your back stays on the ground, then this is a modification. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And if you find that your neck gets tired, feel free to place your head down on the ground. So are you ready? Lift up, navel to spine, and let's begin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8 more. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Lower your head, lower your feet, and breathe. Beautiful job. Breathe in deeply and exhale out. Again, inhale and exhale. And on the next inhalation, bring those knees into the chest once again. Flex those feet. Breathe. On the next exhalation, take your right leg, extend your right leg, pressing your your heel and calf into the ground, bringing your left knee closer to your chest. On the inhalation, take your right knee into the chest. On the exhalation, extend your left leg, pressing your heel and calf into the ground. Flex both of your feet. Notice the hip flexor, the band of muscles going across the hip, how that's releasing. Breathe. On the inhalation, draw your knee back in. Breathe. On the next exhalation, bring both feet down. Now, widen your foot stance. So perhaps you're bringing your feet to about mat width apart and keeping your arms on the ground, slide your arms to shoulder height. Once you're here, tip your knees in one direction. Now, if you wish, roll your head in the opposite direction and simply hold. We're going to allow gravity to take hold of our knees, and you're going to notice immediately the opening up from the thigh, in through the side body, lower back, chest, bicep, and then we have the neck and the shoulders. So we're going to hold here. Breathe. Just enjoy the stretch and lengthening. If you find this is a little bit too deep, then feel free to just lift your knees up a little higher. You can also bring your arms a little lower. So pay attention to your body and see what is best for you. Now on the next inhalation, bring your knees to neutral, head to neutral, and then let's tip out to the other side. Breathing deeply, rolling your head opposite the knees. Notice all the areas that are lengthening and releasing. Breathing deeply, tongue is to the roof of your mouth. Breathing in deeply, exhaling fully. And on the next inhalation, bring your knees to neutral, head to neutral. Beautiful. Slide your arms down by your side. Keep full contact with the ground. You can walk your feet a little bit closer together so your feet are lined up with the knees and the hips. And then float one leg up, hands behind the calf or even below the knee. Breathe, flex your foot. Breathe. Let's rotate our foot in one direction, nice and slowly. Let's rotate in the other direction. Pay attention to what you're feeling in your leg as you rotate, loosening up the ankle joint. And pause, bend the knee, bring the foot down. Inhale, lift the other leg, hands behind, either below the knee or above, behind the calf, ankle. Breathe, flex your foot. And let's rotate our foot in one direction, loosening up the ankle joint. And rotate in the other direction. And slowly bend your knee. Now you have a choice, a couple of choices. You can either keep your knees bent, palms face up, and you can close your eyes, or feel free also to extend your legs. Go just slightly wider than your mat. Arms are slightly wider than the mat. And let's go within now, shall we? Close your eyes. And now bring your focus to your heart center. This is the area giving and receiving love. So imagine you're surrounded by your loved ones, friends and family that you are so connected with. And here's a moment of connecting heart to heart. You sending your love to them sending your love to you, and openly receiving it. So just keep that image in your mind. Now I'm going to stay silent for a minute and just notice what happens with your heart. Notice how it expands and how it feels. And now we're going to inhale and exhale out with a sigh, either loud or soft, 3 times. Inhale through the nose and then sigh it out through the mouth. So are you ready? Inhale. Ha. Inhale. Ha. Inhale. Ah, beautiful. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Now, if you wish, you can choose to stay here a little bit longer and staying in this peaceful energy, especially if you're coming in on the recording. If you feel it's time to slowly move and proceed with your day, then perhaps bend your knees, bring your feet to the ground, And then tip your knees out to one side and allow your other shoulder to follow. Keep your knees bent. Let's take maybe 3 breaths here. Breathing in deeply and exhaling fully. And again, you may choose to stay here a little longer, or you may wish to start making your way up. So I'm going to use my forearms, palms, elbows to help me up. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come on up. And I'm just going to come closer to the computer with some final comments. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed and strengthened and lengthened. If you wish to stay in this space a little bit longer, quieter, peaceful state, then perhaps refrain from doing anything vigorous for the next 15 minutes. If you had any wonderful insights, especially in the last bit, then perhaps write it down in a journal if that resonates with you. It's always great to have insights documented, because then we get a chance to refer back to them. Drink water. Very important that we stay hydrated. Thank you for joining. Until next time.